So today I'm going to be showing you a easy and quick way to find an answer for this equation using the desmos graphing calculator. So we have 2x plus 12 equals 20. And let's say you don't know how to answer this, or you can't find the answer to the problem, to the equation, and you've really tried, or you just really need an answer quickly. Here's a quick and easy way. So because we are going to be using the desmos graphing calculator, we want to cut our equation in half. I know that sounds so odd and so weird, but we actually do. We want to cut our equation in half. Now that we have cut our equation in half, we're going to be left with 2x plus 12 on one side. And on the other, we are going to be having 20. And I want you to know this beforehand. Once we have cut our equation in half, you do not want to put the digits together at all. You do not want to put them together. Since we are going to be using desmos, you want to go to desmos and you want to go to the graphing calculator. So now as you see, we cut our equation in half, and now we're going to be putting this half of the equation right here on the left that you see that is in green. We are going to be plugging it in here. But before plugging those digits in, we have to put y equals to put the rest of the digits. Because if you do not put y equals and you put x because you want to find the answer and you don't put a y, let me just show you what is going to happen. So I'm going to plug in the equation 2x plus 12. And now an x, and now we're going to be putting 20 equals 20. So as you can see, all you're gonna have is two lines, a red line and the blue line. And we don't want that. So don't be that kid that does that, because you don't want that. Now pay attention closely. We want to put a y equals for both of these. So remember, we have 2x plus 12 equals 20. We cut it in half. We have two sides. Remember, you do not want to put these numbers, these digits together at all. You want to put them separately. So what we're going to be doing, as I said before, we have to put the y equals, and we're going to be plugging this into decimals. And we're going to be doing the same for the 20. We're going to be putting y equals 20. Remember, these are separate. Once we go to decimals, we are going to be putting 2x plus 12, plus 12, I keep putting the equation sign, I'm sorry, plus 12, and then we are going to be putting 20 right here. Like I had said before, we did it right here, y equals 2x plus 12, and then the other side, y equals 20. Once we do that, we want to zoom out a bit. or I don't know, zoom in. Remember, the plus sign is going to be for zooming in, and the subtracting sign is going to be for zooming out. Zoom in, zoom out. So, once we click right here, where the two lines are intersecting, the green line and the red line are intersecting, you want to press that little gray dot. And here you're going to have 4 and a 20 for this equation. And this is always going to happen if you're going to use the graphing calculator. Now, your answer is always going to be on the left side of the parentheses and the comma. It's going to be on the left side of the comma and the left part of the parentheses, always. So right here, as you can see, we have a 4 as our answer. Just in case you want to make sure that your answer is correctly, so you see that I am not lying, that this is true, and this is a quick and efficient way to do it, we're going to be checking this right now. So, now that we are going to be checking this, we have to remember when you have a 12, or let's say you have a positive number, you have to do the inverse operation of addition for this problem. So they cancel each other out. And then we can put it on the other side of the equation. And if this were subtraction, we would have to do the inverse, which would be addition, and this would be addition. But in this case, it's going to be subtraction. And remember, you really want to pay close attention to the signs, because that can really tick off your answer at the end if you don't have this all correct and jot it down. So 20 minus 12 is going to be 8. Okay, now, you might be saying, whoa, we have a 2x here. What are we supposed to do with that? Okay, we're going to get there right now. So this 2x actually has an imaginary or an invisible dot right here, this dot. And this dot is a multiplication sign. You might not be able to see it visually, but if you see 2 and x together, you automatically know that that is subtraction if it's in this type of equation. So we have to do the inverse property of multiplication, and the inverse property of multiplication is division. Therefore, we are going to be doing 2x divided by 2. So as you can see, we have the 2 right here. We did the inverse property because there was an invisible multiplication sign right here that we cannot see. Now that we have that down, we want to do the same thing that we did on this side on the other side. You want to divide 8 by 2. You want to put this number over here. 8 divided by 2 is going to equal 4. And that was the same answer we got here in our Desmos graphing calculator.